Well, welcome to the first video in what we're calling the Nephew Elite, which is I teach my nephew how to trade. By next week, he'll be trading at least in a demo and hopefully get him to a live account. This first video is titled The Awe of the Chart. Another housekeeping thing before we jump in is we're working on making the audio as best as possible, but it's a learning curve for us. So I know that the audio we're working on making just the best as possible. So I'm going to jump into this video here, and this is how the training videos are going to go. So in this video, you're going to discover, Tony, one of the most powerful things about the trading system you're about to learn, the Rexdog trading system.
Okay.
You're going to learn that we are technical analysis traders, and I'm going to start here with this point. As we look at the screen here, Apache Actual. You guys will start to learn some of these terms just for us having fun. We are zoomed in. We're in caveman mode, as you say.
Yes, sir.
And what I want to share with you, this is a naked chart. Okay? Naked chart, no indicators. What are called indicators? Just candlesticks, and you'll learn what that are, and just volume. But what I believe is powerful is that all the information that you need to be an elite trader is contained on this chart or is deciphered through calculations done on this chart.
Okay.
So for some people that might be limiting. For some people, well, what are you trying to say? We don't have to pay attention to any news. Now you do have to pay attention to news because you have to know what news events will affect the market, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to get up every day and do hours of news research. You also don't have to try to figure out what stock to trade. You just have to get up, do your pre-market routine. For you, that might be 10 minutes, it might be an hour. For me, it's 15 minutes to do my pre-market routine. I do it every time before I trade.
Okay.
But what I want to share with you, what you need to understand, is that anything we use, what you're saying, if you adopt the Rexdog trading system, is that the only information you need to successfully trade is contained within the data of this chart. Everything is interpreted through the data of this chart. So some people think it can't be that simple. Some people think, well, no, it doesn't have to be complex. No. Like, we defined our battle space. Like, how many times in life do you know the exact square you're within and you don't have to keep anything else in mind?
Never often.
Yeah. So one of the concepts that you need to get that's just on a raw level is you're going to be called what's called a technical analysis trader, meaning that you just trade charts. You are aware of news events that might come up that you need to be aware of, but you don't care. You don't care what the sentiment of the market is. You could maybe get into that, but you don't need to know it. You don't need to know if people think the market's going to go up or down. Because number one, who knows? 90% of retail traders or anybody else is out there on Twitter doesn't have a clue. Neither do you. You don't have a clue either. But you have a system that gives you an edge. Okay?
Okay.
That system is developed on just the raw data you see here. Now, as you learn more about trading in the chart, you'll start to understand how powerful this actually is. But you don't have to pay attention to any news. Everything that is in your trade system is contained within the raw data that you see on this chart. Now, I know you don't know how to read this chart yet, you don't know anything, but that limitation is actually a strength.
Okay.
And I'm starting you with here just so you understand. Like, some people say that you should just trade price action alone. Price action alone is where you don't have indicators. Like all the lines you see on the chart, those are called indicators. Okay, we'll get into that. You'll learn about this. But the number one thing I want you to take away before we get into the mental side, because what many people don't understand is we're going to have a mental training video. And before we even get into charts and we start drawing lines and everything else, because the mental game in this trading is just as big as your trade system. What's really frustrating for me being a trainer is that I can teach a trade system that is rock solid, but I can't sit there with a trader and help them get through their mental. I can't even create training to help you get. I know you, and as I'm not sitting there watching you trade, like, you have to have the ability yourself to break through your mental challenges. And one of the things that traders do is they lie to themselves because they've never been taught how to be self-sufficient, because you're all alone. On these charts, this chart is the emotional reactions of every traders that exist. So I reference the algorithm, okay? Kind of like Andrew Tate says, the matrix. So I call everybody that exists in the market an algorithm, meaning that's the grandma that's trading a retirement account to a 22-year-old that got a trust fund, thinks he's a day trader, to the retail trader that only has $2,000 that's trying to make it, to the hedge funds, to the mutual funds, to the people that have insider knowledge that's trading, to everybody in the market I call it the algorithm. Because what you'll learn in trading books and even other people you watch on YouTube is they make up these terms and they don't really know because they've never been in a hedge fund. There's some particular traders that use terms, and I know for a fact because I'm a successful trader they have no idea what they're talking about. Well, I don't know if they're successful or not, but people have adopted terms and they have no idea if that terms. Now, you're going to have to find a way to make sense of the market, okay? And you're going to maybe adopt terms that I wouldn't agree with, but it helps you trade and be successful. I'm not going to argue it out of it if it helps you, but I'm also going to teach you how to think about the market in an agnostic way. You don't care if the market goes up or down. So my trade system isn't always in trade system. If the market is moving, we want to be in a trade. It makes no sense to me to adopt a trading system where you don't make money on the way up or way down. Okay? But in order to do that, you have to be able to change your mind quickly. But you also have to realize that you don't care if it goes up or down. And you don't have a bias if it goes up or down. You don't care. You literally don't care if it goes up or down. You can make money if it goes up or down, and you can you can lose money. So put it this way. You could lose 10 grand in 1 second, regardless if it goes up or down, or you can make 10 grand in 1 second, regardless if it goes up and down. You shouldn't care either way. You should just care to be along for the ride. Okay? You shouldn't feel bad if it's going down. You shouldn't feel good if it's going up. You should just feel good if you're executing the trade system effectively. Now, you still might be executing your trade system effectively and losing money. Okay? But that was the 10% of the time that trade doesn't work out. Or maybe you're doing a trade where the probability of the trade is 50-50. Well, all trades are 50-50 regardless. But maybe you're doing a trade where the probability of that trade, based on you're taking the trade system, you say it's 80%. 80% of the time when I make this trade, this pattern, it's a 80% winning trade. But this one time I made the trade, and I should have, and it's a losing trade. That's that 20%. That doesn't mean that pattern trade that you're trading is not good. And it doesn't mean that if you lost money, you didn't execute, you didn't do everything right. But it's just the way trading goes, right?
Yeah.
So realize that you're, like, number one, you only care about being a good trader that executes good.
Okay.
That has good trading habits. And that you don't have negative trading habits. You're going to journal like crazy, okay? You're going to know yourself. But in this video, since we're not getting into the mindset stuff, number one takeaway is all the data that we're going to need for the trade system is contained in the raw chart. And you're in a trade system that's called an always in. Now, you might only want to trade when it goes up. So maybe you'll just ignore all trades and you only trade when it goes up. You might want to trade only when it goes down, okay? But you might want to trade both sides like I do. It's one of the challenges that new traders when they come to me is that I'm an aggressive trader. I'm a hyper aggressive trader.
Mm-hmm.
I actually overtrade. I still have a bad habit of overtrading. If I would just slow down a little bit and be patient, it should not be called trading. It should be called waiting.
All right.
Because what you're doing most of the time, you're like a sniper. You're waiting for the right shot. You take the right shot and you sneak away.
Mm-hmm.
Same with trading. That's the best trading style to adopt, to be a sniper. But sometimes I get aggressive and I want to be an M60 gunner.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. But that's not the best way to trade. And you have to be very, you have to be good, right? So I'm just sharing with you that that's like, it's not like don't do as I, or don't listen to me, but don't do as I say. It's more of, I'm trading at such a different level where I can get chemo treatment and playing cribbage and still be trading effectively when I shouldn't even be trading.
Yeah.
It's just that, like,
It's a different level of expertise.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to teach you, though, I'm not going to get into the elite stuff till you've proven to me that you are ready to get to next level. But I'm going to teach you enough to get to elite status, and then when you need to get to another level. Okay?
Right.
So by next week, my full expectation is that you're going to be trading the market. Most traders that would start in my training, I wouldn't suggest that. Well, number one, I have a specific process they need to go. But since you're with me and I'm going to be by you, that's the only reason why you're going to be trading the live market. I would suggest that you trade the demo account for at least 2 weeks, and you have a certain amount of green days straight.
Mm-hmm.
That's my suggestion to new traders. And then go to live money. And what you'll find out when you go to live money, you trade differently. Even though it's a demo account, you could make money in a demo account. What many traders don't realize, they make money in a demo account. The second that they trade live money, they lose. Because that psychological of real money, when it's on the line, they're not disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're out of a trade quicker, or they hold a losing trade quicker. They take profits too early, right? Real money changes the whole psychology of trading. So some traders can trade demo, but then they switch over to, and they can never transfer it over to live. I believe you have to get to live, but also if you were just coming into my training, you probably wouldn't be on live for at least a month, unless you have more experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Minimum a month, because you need to digest the system and you need to make it your own. Okay?
Yeah.
But it's based on the raw data here you see on the chart. Okay. So we'll get into more of this in the mindset. So now we're gonna end these videos where what I'm gonna do, it's usually gonna be 1 or 2 concepts, and then what I'd like is, Tony's gonna be taking notes. You should be taking notes as well. But then he's gonna recap to me, and then I'll adjust if he didn't hear thing or I wasn't clear on a specific point. So what as we end this video, what was the number 1 concept you learned from this? And then just kind of recap.
So this raw chart, I can get all the information I need to actually trade. It's kind of like the major idea I got. Is that what you said is correct?
It has all the information.
It has all the information.
You can get, but it has all the information.
Okay. But obviously that comes with time, as well as, I also got that I'll be doing technical analysis trading, which is that's actual trading.
Yeah, and the shorthand for that is TA.
Okay.
So when I say TA, that stands for technical analysis. Okay. But also people that do trading, they say TA is when you're analyzing a chart.
Mm-hmm.
But, another way to say this is we're doing straight up chart trading, meaning we only need a chart. This could be a chart of the amount of snow that's in Nebraska right now, and we could trade it. Just what you're going to learn about the trading system. I don't know if I discovered a mathematical secret of the universe. I don't know. Who knows? Well, you'll learn more, yeah. But we could be trading anything and the system works.
Okay.
It works in every market, every time frame. The rules are the same. Yeah, a little bit different time frame. They might be a little bit different. The rules don't change no matter. We could be trading corn, Tesla, Bitcoin, futures, some obscure penny stock that Jordan Belfort in The Wolf of Wall Street would sell. The system's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same system. The rules are the same. Now, it might deviate a little bit here and there because of the market you're in, right? But the rules, the foundation is the same. So I can pull up any market with all the chart indicators on with the Rexdog trade system in it. The rules aren't different. Same rules, same philosophy, you trade it the same.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a faster speed, there's variables there. But the system's the same. The system doesn't change.
You follow that foundation regardless of,
Yeah.
and you can adjust off of it.
And that's the other thing is like when you develop a system, you don't want anything to change.
Mm-hmm.
You refine. Because the more things you change, the more things you don't know what's broke. Right?
Yeah.
So like when you adopt something in your trading system, so your role too is to take my trading system and make it your own. Call it the Tony trading system. I don't care.
Refine and hone it tomorrow.
Because you will not trade that trading system with conviction unless it's yours. I don't believe anybody can trade another person's trading system because they didn't go through the blood, sweat, and tears to make it.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get to a point where you're trading with conviction, meaning that every ounce of normalcy and normal behavior will tell you I'm wrong here. Okay, if you were falling into not being an elite trader, you would be thinking I'm wrong here. Everything is telling me this is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably the most right trade you can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only way that you stick with that is if you have conviction in your trade system, or you enter too early, or you have conviction in your trade system, and you can stick with that trade where other traders would not stick with it because you're trading with conviction. Now, I'm going to contradict myself, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You might have conviction, but you suddenly see something in a chart that should change your conviction. You should immediately change it and get out. Most traders can't do that. Most traders that have been trying to trade for years can't see a single signal in a chart and say, for instance, let me explain this into just common terms. I think the market's going to go up. I think the market's going to go up. I'm going to place a trade. I'm going to place a big trade, like a risky trade, what you'd consider, let's say a bigger trade than you normally do. I think the market's going to go up. Oh, it's going down a little. Oh, I'm wrong. No. Well, then you should have got out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But it goes down a little. Okay, I'm still right. The trade, I just was early. Because you're never going to, the thing with the market, you're never going to know for sure. Never, ever. You're going to maybe have a high conviction level, and then you're going to be wrong. You can't take it personally. You have to be indifferent, and you have to say, okay, I'm wrong, and get out. And maybe you'll start over, okay? But that's hard to do for humans. We don't want to be wrong. We don't want, and the other thing about trading, you're going to be wrong nonstop. Always. You're always going to be wrong. But you can still make money and be wrong.
Okay.
Because you will catch yourself. So it's like literally, I'm in a trade. It's going to go up. It's going to go up. It's going to go up. Okay, yeah, I was just early. It's going up. Okay, I don't see anything. Oh, wow. I just saw something that gave me a warning that it might go down. Well, how do I protect myself in this trade? Like where I don't lose money? Or shouldn't I just get out or reverse? My natural stop loss is to reverse the position. That's even harder. Because then now you just flipped your thinking. Now I don't think it's going to go up anymore. I think it's going to go down. And that might have just happened within the span of 5 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But I understand the concept you're getting at.
And we'll get all there. So we'll get there. But I'm just sharing with you that it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's
I can definitely tell now.
It's contradictory thinking.
Yeah.
But it's always contradictory. And the people that think that they mastered it will get slapped in the face. So you should always have respect for the market. You're always going to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But you can be wrong and make money. But the trading system you're going to learn is not a wrong trading. But what I'm trying to share with you is the extreme philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So finish up. Is there anything else? So I agree with you what you said on. Now finish up with maybe other concepts, and then we'll go on to the next training video.
Like you were saying, this you said was kind of towards mindset, but you shouldn't care if it's going up or down. It's more you're going for the ride, and you should be executing your trading system effectively. that's what really matters. Because regardless if you win or lose, if you're not trading effectively and smart, then just because you won today does not mean you win tomorrow if you're not trading effectively. Which I can see is a very good concept, as well as making money. You can be wrong and still make money is probably the most baller thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm not gonna lie. So, but
Yeah.
that's the concept I really got from this, was that the Renko chart is what you will need, as well as that's where you can get our data analysis from, and to trade effectively. So, those are the concepts that I grasped from this so far.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's great. Perfect. Okay. Well, the next video will be on mindset. So we'll have a chart, but it's going to be a mindset because I need to start. Well, we're going to cover the laws of the Rexdog trading system in the next video.
Okay.
And then those are the laws. And then the next one will be mindset. And then from there, we're going to start getting into charts.
Sweet.
Okay. So we're not, but throughout there's going to always be mindset.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see everybody in the next video.
Yet.